And we welcome you to Madison Square Garden here in the heart of Manhattan. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We're back with another edition of my NBA2K26 2025-2026 season playthrough. Once again, there is no tomorrow for one of these two teams as we are in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Quarterfinals, featuring the 8-seeded Pistons and the top-seeded Knicks. We have Cunningham, Ivy, Thompson, Harrison, Durn, the matchup lineups for the Pistons. And for Mike Brown's crew, we got Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns here. The Pistons were up 3-1 in this series and had a chance to clinch twice, but the Knicks have come back and forced a Game 7 here at home. As you see, the Pistons will win the tip here. As you see, Cade Cunningham with 34 points in that Game 6 loss. Over to Jalen Brunson, who had 17 rebounds, but was only held to 8 points. As you see, Tobias Harris with the bucket. And the Pistons are off to a quick 2-0 start here. Mikal Bridges. He'll shoot the three. That is no good. Tobias Harris with the rebound. Finding it over to Cade Cunningham, who's had himself a heck of a series. Jaden Ivey, though released in real life as he was traded to the Bulls and then was released in real life for some controversial comments. He is still a Piston in this universe. Over to Brunson. You see Ivy limped off the court. He is actually playing in this game still. See Josh Hart coming around. He'll shoot the three. That's off the back iron. Tobias Harris with the rebound. Crossing the half-court line. Harris coming around with a bucket. No good. Jalen Brunson will get the tip in. Off the offensive rebound. As I said, Durn is a 2015 type player. 20 points, 15 rebounds. Mikal Bridges for three. That's in there. And the Knicks are on the board here. A minute and a half into the game. 4-3 Pistons in this winner-go-home game. Here the defense chance right now. Cunningham with it. He thought about it for a second, but passed it up. Harris coming around. That is good. Tobias Harris with the bucket, and the Pistons on top by 3. The Pistons scored the first 5 points of game number 6. As you see, Brunson coming around with the layup. That's his first points of the game. He had 44 in game number 6. Big part of the reason in a 97-73 win. Big reason why this game is back where it is right now. Durn back over to Harris. Harris coming around. Dish it over to Durn. Durn with the slam dunk. That's 4 for him. And a lead up to 3 again as we're over 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. 8-5 from Madison Square Garden here in Manhattan. Game 7 Eastern Conference Quarterfinals. The winner of this series will take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks who dispatched the Pacers, the real-life defending Eastern Conference champion Pacers in real life. I see Brunson with the bucket. That's 4 for him. 24.3 points a game on average at Madison Square Garden during the regular season for Brunson. Cunningham will feed over to Harris. 15 on the shot clock. Harris will go to the line, shooting 2 as Josh Hart called for his first personal foul. That's the first team foul. We saw Jalen Brunson of the Knicks playoff record for the most field goals in the game in game number 6 with 19. And Harris will hit the first one. I believe that's 5 points for him. I believe he and Durn have combined for all 9 points to this point. Just over 3 minutes into the first quarter in this winner-go-home game. Harris will sink them both, and they'll lead up to 3 again. Pistons scored the first 4 points of this game before a three-pointer, and then before a three-pointer by the Knicks, and then they exchanged buckets since then. Brunson coming around. He'll put the layup in. That's good. Knicks within 9. That's 6 points for Brunson already. All 6 of them they considered mid-range and in the paint. Here the defense chance here at MSG. Cunningham coming around, layup, and count it. Brunson called for his first personal foul, second team foul. At the time that I'm recording this game, I believe that the Pistons are probably going to start their game 5. Let's see here. I believe it's their game 5. I'm not in real life. You see Cunningham will complete the, yep. By the time this is coming out, I believe we're probably about an hour or so at the time of the recording from the start of game 5. Brunson for 3, no good. Jalen Duren crossing the rebound there. Jaden Ivey with it. Ivey fishing it over to Cunningham. 4 minutes into the game. Back over to Jalen Duren. 5 on the shot clock. Back over to Tobias Harris. Harris over to Duren. Duren will put the shot up. That's in there. That's 6 for him. And a lead 15-9 right now. As we are just about 7.5 to play in the first. The Pistons leading it by 6. Bridges for 3. That's in there. That's and a lead down to 3 for the Pistons here. Mikal Bridges averaged 18.7 points in the 3 games against the Pistons this year in the regular season. And there's Cunningham dishing it over to Duren. Duren. There's the bucket, no good. Towns with the rebound. Towns only had 4 points in game 6, as you see Anunoby called for his first personal foul. That's the first team foul called against, or no, that's an offensive foul, I think. Clarkson coming into the game now, as Bridges is going to go to the bench. Or no, Anunoby going to the bench. Harris for 3, no good. Towns will grab the rebound. I said Towns only had 4 points in game 6, but he had 18 rebounds. Brunson coming around with the layup. That's good. That's 8 for him, and the Knicks within 1 again. 15-14, Pistons on top. Game 7 of this best of 7 series. Ivey for 3. That's off the back rim. Back iron, I said. Hart coming down with the rebound. Chance for the Knicks to take their first lead. Clarkson coming around. Feeds it over to Towns, but that's stolen by Duren. And now there's a pass over to Harris. Harris back over to Cunningham. Cunningham dishes over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey for 3, and that's no good. Mikal Bridges coming down with the rebound. Over to Josh Hart, back over to Clarkson. Clarkson for 3, that is no good. Tobias Harris with the rebound. Jaden Ivey with it on the 3 outside right now. Feeds it inside to Cunningham. Being guarded by Brunson right now. Harris now with it. The matchup between him and Hart. We got 5 on the shot clock. Harris coming around. He feeds it over to Duren. Duren with the layup. That's good. And the Pistons lead up to 17 again. Or up to 3 again. We got Jalen Brunson with it. Brunson coming around. Feeds it over the Bridges. 5 on the shot clock now here. 4:44 to play in the first. That shot is up. That is no good. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound. Jaden Ivey feeds it over to Harris. Harris over to Duren. Back over to Ivey. And Jaden Ivey for 3. No good. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. I believe that's Bridges. Feeds it over to Towns. Towns with the layup. That's good. Knicks within 1 again. Karl Anthony Towns averaging 23.1 points per game on average during the regular season. He has the Knicks within 1 right now here as we're approaching the final 4 minutes to play here in the first 10 on the shot clock. Cunningham holding on to it right now. Cunningham trying to get some room. He'll put it up. That's no good. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Mikal Bridges crossing the half-court line with it. Feeds it over to Towns, and Towns with a slam dunk, and we have a timeout called. 3:43 to play in the first. The Knicks finally on top for the first time in this game. They lead at 18-17. We're going to take a timeout as well. Coming out of timeout now, let's look at the Pistons lineup here. Cunningham, Robinson, Holland, Harrison, Duren. Followed by, for the Knicks, let's see. We got Brunson, we got Brogdon, Clarkson, Hart, and Towns. Cade Cunningham taking the inbound right now. His team trailing for the first time. Ron Holland for three. That's off the back iron. Brogdon grabbing the rebound. Feeds it over to Josh Hart. It's 18-17 Knicks on top here. Brunson. 8 on the shot clock. Still holding on to it right now. 5 on the shot clock. Brunson will get the bucket. That's good. I believe that's 10 for him already. It is indeed 10 points. And the Knicks leading it 20-17 now on a 6-0 run. Here the defense chance, and there's Duran. No, that's not Duran. That is Holland, actually, that got the slam dunk on the Tobias Harris pass. Jalen Brunson with it. Already 10 points in this game, number 7. Yeah, 44 in all, game 2. Duran had a piece of it. Karl Anthony Towns will get the layup there, and the lead up to 3 once again for the Knicks. 2.5 to play here in the first. This is a win-or-go-home game. As I said, the Pistons had 2 opportunities in games 5 and 6 to close out the Knicks, but failed to do so. Harris will get the jump shot up. That is no good. Brogdon grabbing the rebound. Brogdon feeding over to Brunson, back over to Brogdon. 14 on the shot clock. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson for 3. Good! 6-point lead as we're under 2 minutes to play here in the first. 25-15. Feeds it over to Harris. And there, Robinson with it. Playing hurt right now. To Cade Cunningham. We got 6 on the shot clock. Cunningham will put the bucket up. That's good. The Pistons shooting 9 of 19. The Knicks 11 of 17 to this point right now. Under 1.5 minutes to play in the first. The Knicks up by 4. Brunson. He's coming around. He puts a shot. No! Cunningham gets a piece of it. Harris will come with the control of it. Over to Holland. He's holding on to it. Holland with the jumper. That is no good. Karl Anthony Towns getting the rebound. I say Cat had 18 rebounds, but I definitely know he surpasses 4 points from game number 6. Hart will put the shot up. No good. Duran with the rebound here. 45 seconds to play in the first. 25-21. The Knicks on top. Duncan Robinson holding on to it right now. Fishes it over to Harris. Harris coming around the layup. That's good. Pistons within 2. 34.5 to play in the first. Brunson holding on to it right now. Coming around. He'll put the 3 ball up. That is no good. Harris grabbing a rebound. Holland holding on to it right now. Feeds it over to Cunningham. 14 on the shot clock. I believe the shot clock and game clock are about half a second apart. Holland feeds it over to Harris. Harris back over to Cunningham. Cunningham for 3. No good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first quarter here in Game 7 of this Eastern Conference Quarterfinals series. We have a tight one right now, 25-23. If you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit the like, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not done so yet. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. We'll be back to start the second quarter right after this. Get ready to start the second quarter here at Madison Square Garden. You have Vasily Brogdon. They check into the game for the first time. You have Vasily Brogdon. You see Malcolm Brogdon. Dish it over to Bridges. So it's Vasily Brogdon, Bridges, Clarkson, and I believe that is Towns. Not sure. Clarkson will shoot the 2. That's in there. 27-23. Marcus Sasser into the game now. So it's Sasser, Reed, Robinson. So I wish they actually had that's no good. So Holland is also out there. Clarkson for three, and that's no good. Paul Reed coming down with the rebound. Sasser over to Robinson. And Stewart. Okay, so that completes the lineup set for the Pistons. There's Duncan Robinson for three, no good. So we have Bridges out there. Niang. So it's Bridges, Niang, Yabusele, and he's going to make the Yabusele's going to make the bucket in there and to lead up to 6 again. Look, that's the largest lead for the ties the largest lead for the Knicks. Marcus Sasser. 9 on the shot clock. Push it over to Robinson. Robinson for three. No good. Brogdon with the rebound. Over to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson coming around. Fishing over to Yabusele. He's going to go to the line, and that's going to be 2. As Paul Reed called for his first personal foul. First team foul. So we got 10:21 to play in the second quarter here. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Quarterfinals. The Knicks, the top seed, were down 3-1, but then they won games 5 and 6. We actually had a situation where we had a team come back from 3-1 down as we have substitution out on the court. Paul Reed going to go to the bench. Bobby Klintman coming into the game with Stewart moving to center. And for the Knicks, we have OG Anunoby coming back into the game now. Anunoby's only averaged 4.5 points in the 2 games since he's returned. As you see, the second one was made. Or both of them were made, so it's 31-23, Knicks on top. Largest lead of the game so far for them. Sasser, jump shot, and that's not going to fall in. Anunoby grabbing a rebound. Knicks already have 16 rebounds in this game. Bridges coming around with the layup. That's good, and the Knicks lead it by 10. As we are 2 minutes into the second quarter. Once again, the Pistons got off to a hot start in both games 5 and 6 early on. But the Knicks, as you see, there's an air ball right there. We have substitution coming out onto the court now. Cunningham checking back into the game. Robinson limping off the court. Ivy checking back into the game. Thompson. Got a lot of players checking into the game. They really need to do it right now. You see Clarkson coming in with a bucket and a lead up to 12. The Knicks shooting 15 of 25. The Pistons 10 of 27. As we have a timeout called. Pistons 9:27 to play in the second. The Knicks leading at 35-23. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of timeout here, 35-23, Knicks on top. I believe it's actually a 10-0 run to start the second quarter for the Knicks. I know the Pistons are the top seed in real life. They are actually trailing their real life series 3-1 to the Orlando Magic. As said, at the time of the recording of this game, it is actually within under an hour now until the tip time for the actual game between them and Orlando. See Cunningham coming around. He's going to go to the line shooting 2 as Bridges will be called for his first personal foul. That is the first team foul called against the Knicks in the second quarter. Cunningham will go to the line shooting 2. Cunningham has been really a good performer for the Pistons so far this postseason. Big part of the reason why the Pistons were up to a 3-1 start. As he'll hit the first one. This is the second of the 3 Game 7s on my channel. Yeah, the other one, you go back and watch the Rockets and the Pistons. And you see Rockets and Nuggets. And you see Yabusele will get the rebound off the miss. Knicks with 17 rebounds to the Pistons 10. Clarkson coming around, and the lead is up to 13 now for the Knicks. Everything firing on all cylinders in the first 15 minutes so far for the Knicks. He goes to Isaiah Stewart. Stewart back over to Ivy. Ivy coming around. He'll feed it to Holland. Holland with the bucket, no good. Clarkson with the rebound. I'm taking this from real life data. As you see, there's a 3-pointer there, no good for Stewart. The home teams in the best of 7, Game 7, win 74% of the time, as you see Cade Cunningham with a bucket. 28.6 points on average during the regular season, but he's averaging over 34 points this postseason. Clarkson will miss that one. Stewart will come down with the rebound. Ivy with it, and Ivy will miss that one, and we'll have a timeout called again by the Knicks here. We're going to take one as well. 8:05 to play in the second. 37-26, Knicks on top. Coming out of the timeout here, let's look at the Knicks lineup set. Here we got Brogdon, Bridges, Anthony, Yavasili, and Towns. Those are the changes, lineup set of note coming out of this timeout here. 8:05 to play in the first. Karl Anthony Towns will inbound it to Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon still holding on to it right now. Over at the 10-second mark of the shot clock here. Bridges for three. No good. Holland grabbing the rebound. Thompson will have it. Asar Thompson. And that is over to Holland. Dish it over to Ivy. Back over to Cunningham. Cunningham for three. No good. Well, look. Oh, no. That was not a slam dunk. That was a failed slam dunk there. Oh, man. Knicks ball here as Jalen Duren is checking in again for the Pistons. Stewart will move to power forward. Malcolm Brogdon. Team up by 11 right now. Led by as many as 13. Anunoby. Back over to Towns. Towns for three. No good. Cade Cunningham grabbing the rebound here. Feeds it over to Thompson. He's inside right now. Thompson missed that slam dunk on that alley-oop attempt. Ivy. Jaden Ivy for three. No good. Mikal Bridges coming down with the rebound here as we're 5 minutes into the second quarter. 37-26 in this winner-go-home game. Anunoby feeding over to Brogdon. 13 on the shot clock. Pushing it over to Towns. 7 on the shot clock. Karl Anthony Towns coming around. 4 on the shot clock. Towns. He'll get the shot up. That is no good. Alman Thompson grabbing the rebound. Back over to Cade Cunningham. Cunningham with the layup. That is no good. Anunoby grabbing the rebound. Anunoby back over to Brogdon. Brogdon feeding over to Bridges. Bridges for three. That's going to fall out. Stewart will grab the rebound. Cunningham has it. Feeds it over to Stewart here. 15 on the shot clock. Stewart still holding on to it right now. 10 on the shot clock as we're approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. Cunningham. That bucket is good. Cade Cunningham has scored the last 5 points for the Pistons here. He has 10 in this game. 8 of those in the paint. Lead down to 9. Anunoby feeding it over to Brogdon. Brogdon for three. No good. Jaden Ivey with the rebound. More players waiting to get into the game on the scores table. Jaden Ivey coming around. I would have just taken the layup there, but that's good old 2K logic there. Cunningham. He'll take the shot. That is no good. Duren will get the offensive rebound and the put in. That will fall in. 6-0 run by the Pistons here. Cuts the Knicks lead to 7 as we have a timeout called. 5:10 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout. 37-30, Knicks on top. Looking at the lineup set, we got Cunningham, Ivy, Thompson, Harrison, Duren, and for the Knicks, we have McBride, Brunson, Towns, Anunoby, and Niang. It's kind of good that I was able to get to see the scoreboard there. George Niang will inbound it. Back over to Karl Anthony Towns. Miles McBride, who did not play in Game 6, will play some minutes here in Game 7 here. It's under 5 minutes to play until halftime. Jalen Brunson had himself a very strong first quarter. That's stolen by Cunningham. Cunningham will feed it to Harrison. Harris with the bucket. Jordan Clarkson says he's supposed to be out 2 to 4 weeks with a strained left hip, but we know how 2K likes to override these. By the way, that's an 8-0 run by the Pistons to cut the deficit to 8. Or that's 5, I should say. Brunson. That will end that 8-0 run there. 12 points for Jalen Brunson in 13 minutes of play. He's shooting 60% from the field. Jaden Ivey feeds it over, and that's going to be an illegal screen called against Jalen Duren. That's his first personal foul. He's not happy with it, and I don't blame him. But it probably had to be called as JB Bickerstaff. You see his expression right there. Brunson feeds it over to Karl Anthony Towns. 14 on the shot clock. Towns coming around. He'll put the bucket up. That is no good. Shot up, no good. Durham will come down with the rebound. Asar Thompson over to Cunningham. Cunningham with the slam dunk. That's 12 points for him in this game. It's a 10-2 run in the last 5.5 minutes. From being down 13 to only being down by 5 here. 3:40 to play here in the second quarter from Madison Square Garden. We got Karl Anthony Towns being guarded by Durant. Karl Towns will pass it up. Anunoby over to Brunson. 5 on the shot clock. Towns coming around. That is no good. Durant will grab the rebound. Chance to get closer here. Towns only 6 points on 3 of 7 shooting. 7 rebounds already. Thompson for 3. No good. Make that 8 rebounds for Cat. Miles McBride fades it over to Towns. As we're 10 seconds on the shot clock, under 3 to play here in the second. Brunson coming around, layup, no good. Cade Cunningham called for his first personal foul. That's the second team foul called against the Pistons here in the second quarter. 12 points already for Jalen Brunson. Got players at the scores table ready to get in for the Knicks at least. Don't see anybody for the Pistons. Brunson will sink the second one here. And who's checking into the game? Josh Hart and... Yes, Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges checking into the game now. So that's 13 for Bridges after that first free throw. And he'll miss the second one. 4 or 5 for the Pistons, 3 or 4 for the Knicks at the line. Thompson coming around. That is no good. Odin Anunoby grabbing the rebound. Back over to Brunson. We have 13 on the shot clock, and that's stolen by Cade Cunningham. Cunningham feeds it over to Ivy. Ivy back to Cunningham. 13 on the shot clock. Back over to Ivy. Ivy with the shot. That is no good. Anunoby grabbing a rebound. Back over to Brunson. Brunson over to Hart. Hart will get the bucket up. That's good. And the lead is up to 8 for the Knicks once again. Under 2 minutes to play now until halftime. 42-34. Knicks on top. Game 7 of this Eastern Conference Quarterfinals series. The last series to take place in the Eastern Conference in the first round. As you see, Harris will get the layup there. You see the Pistons at 16-43. The Knicks at 18-37. It's a 6-point lead for the Knicks. Anunoby coming around. That is no good. That's in there. Anunoby with his first 2 points of the game, I believe. 44-36 Pistons, or Knicks on top. Harris to Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Cunningham will get the shot up, and that is no good. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Brunson has it. Under a minute to play here. Brunson feeding over to Anthony. Back to Brunson. Brunson will get the shot up. That is no good. Cunningham grabbing the rebound here. 20 on the shot clock. Back over to Jaden Ivey. Ivey with it. Back over to Harris. Harris for 3. No good. Karl Anthony Towns grabbing a rebound. Bridges will have it. Bridges back over to Towns. Towns with a slam dunk. I believe that's 8 for him, and the lead is up to 10 again for the Knicks. Over to Harris. And there's Durant. He'll get the layup. No good attempt, but he'll get the offensive rebound and the slam dunk. Pistons within 8. Shot clock turned off. 46-38. Pistons on top. Or Knicks on top, I would say. Brunson will make the bucket there. 2.6 to play. Cunningham will take that desperation 3. No good. And that will do it for the first half here in this Game 7. The Knicks leading the Pistons 48-36. 38 as we reach halftime. I am Vinny from vdubproductions. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button as we are going to get ready to take you to halftime here. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I'll see you guys in the second half. Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Madison Square Garden. 48-38. Knicks on top as we look at Jalen Brunson having himself a good first half right now. He had 44 points in game number 6. He's hoping that he can continue to keep his hot start for game 7 on fire here. No need to give you guys a lineup set as it is the starting 5 for both teams out on the court to start the second half. The Milwaukee Bucks awaiting the winner of this game. The Bucks really thought for a second that they were going to have home court to start off the second round, but the Knicks are like, I don't think so. We're not going away just yet. Bridges coming around. Hopefully feeds it over to Anunoby. That's no good. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound. The defense chance here as we're 30 seconds into the second half here. 48-38. Knicks on top in this winner-go-home game. Ivy for 3. That is no good. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. Josh Hart feeds it over to Bridges. Bridges with the slam dunk, and the lead is up to 12. Mikal Bridges had 8 points in that first half. He's now at 10. Definitely loving this right now if you're a Knicks fan. Cunningham coming around. He'll be fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2 as Jalen Brunson called for his second team personal foul, second team foul here. As we are now exactly 1 minute into the third quarter. See Cade Cunningham. He'll sink the first one. The Knicks shooting 51% from the field in this game currently. And let's see here for the Pistons, Cunningham. He'll sink them both, and the lead down to 10 again. Mikal Bridges crossing the half-court line. Bridges, as I say. Over to Brunson. Brunson will put the shot up. That's good. Jalen Brunson continuing to play very well in this game. The lead up to 12 again. The largest lead was 13. Duren feeding it over to Ivy. Back over to Thompson. Thompson for 3. No good. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. Get it over to Bridges. Bridges will come around with the slam dunk. 54-40. That's 12 for him. And that's the 12th assist of the game for the Knicks. The Knicks, the largest lead of the game, 54-40. Largest lead for the Pistons was 6 points in that first quarter. Cunningham with a bucket, that's good. Cade Cunningham, as I said, averaging 28.9 on the road away from Little Caesars Arena during the regular season. He's actually averaged 34 points in this series so far. Brunson for 3, no good. Duren will get the rebound. Jaden Ivey with it. Got 15 on the shot clock. Back over to Thompson. Back over to Ivey now. Tobias Harris. Feed it over to Cunningham. Cunningham for three. No good. Karl Anthony Towns with another rebound. Anunoby feeding it over to Harris. No, Hart, I should say. And Josh Hart with the slam dunk and the lead back up to 14 again. Crowd on its feet right now here at Madison Square Garden. Harris coming around. That bucket is good. Cunningham will get the assist on there. 56-44, Pistons on top. Bridges coming around. Feeding it over to Hart. Hart feeding it over to Bridges. Inside now, 9 on the shot clock. Over to Brunson. Brunson will lose it as Cunningham will come with the steal. Cunningham will feed it over to Thompson, back over to Harris. 15 on the shot clock. Harris over to Cunningham. Cunningham with a slam dunk. No good as Cunningham is going to go to the line shooting two. Bridges, that's his second personal foul. Second team foul called against the Knicks. Cunningham going to the line for the second time in this half.
Take a break, right? Take a break, right? 2 shots.
Telling them to take a break right now. 2 shots. Cunningham getting ready to attempt his first one. And that'll hit off the front rim. So he'll miss the first one. That's not good. You need to hit these free throws. You will need to win this game to move on. Cunningham will sink the second one. Pistons within 11. Brunson feeding back over the Bridges here. 15 on the shot clock. Towns still holding on to it now. 10 on the shot clock. Towns coming around. Being against Duran here. 2 on the shot clock. Towns has to get that shot up. That is no good. Thompson grabbing a rebound. Cunningham. Fishing it over to Duran. Jalen Duran. Feeds it back to Cunningham. Cunningham for the jump shot. No good. Bridges grabbing a rebound. Bridges for 3. And no good. And Anunoby will get the offensive rebound and the put up. I believe that's 4 points for him now. 58-45. 13-point lead, their second largest of the lead. They led by as many as 14 in this third quarter so far. Harris coming around. Harris will put the layup in there. That's good. Tobias Harris getting the Pistons back to within 11. Brunson crossing the half-court line here. Over 5 minutes into the third quarter. Feeds it over the Bridges. 15 on the shot clock. Bridges coming around with the layup. That's no good. Jaden Ivey with the rebound. Get over to Cade Cunningham. Cunningham back over to Ivey. Feeds it over to Thompson. Back over to Harris. We got 10 on the shot clock. Harris coming around. Jumper. That is not going to fall in. Anunoby grabbing a rebound. Gives it over to Josh Hart. Hart feeds it over to Jalen Brunson here. 10 on the shot clock. Mikal Bridges. He'll shoot the 3. That's in there. The lead is up to 14 once again. 15 points for Mikal Bridges. 7 of those coming here in the third quarter. The Knicks matching their largest lead. As we're now halfway through the third quarter, Cunningham will miss that one. Bridges feeding over to Brunson. Back to Anunoby. Over to Mikal Bridges again. Oh, looks like we have somebody limping out on the court. Bridges. He's still holding on to it. 2 on the shot clock. Bridges will get the bucket and a lead up to 16. Mikal Bridges, 17 points. 9 of those points coming here in the third quarter. 63-47. Knicks, their largest margin of lead at this point, up by 16. Harris coming around the layup. That's good. Tobias Harris has 18 points, 6 of those in the mid-range. But they still trail by 14 here in this Game 7. Karl Anthony Towns over the Bridges. Feeds it over to Anunoby for three. That's in there. Timeout. Pistons. 4:57 to play in the third. The Knicks with their largest lead of the game, 66-49. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of timeout here, let's look at the lineup set here. Marcus Sasser checking into the game for the Pistons and for the Knicks. Let's look at the lineup set. We have Clarkson and Bridges. So Jordan Clarkson, actually, as I said, 2K likes to override these injuries. 17-point lead for the New York Knicks. Harris coming around. He has 18 points already in this game, and that's no good. Jordan Clarkson will come down with the rebound. Clarkson back over to Brunson. Brunson will shoot the three. That's in there, and the lead up to 20. Jalen Brunson has definitely been the Knicks MVP this season, especially in these watched games. Thompson back over to Harris here. 14 on the shot clock. Harris coming around. Layup. That is good. That's 20 points for him. The Pistons only shooting 37%. The Knicks at 55%. Here in the third quarter. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Clarkson with a jumper. That is no good. Harris will come down with the rebound. Thompson has it. At 15 on the shot clock. And there, Marcus Sasser for three. Oh, no, not for three. That's a two-pointer in there. And then the Knicks lead down to 16. Jordan Clarkson holding on to it. Feeds it over to Brunson, back over to Towns. Towns back over to Clarkson. Got 7 on the shot clock now. Clarkson feeds it over to Bridges. Bridges for three. No good. Jalen Duren grabbing the rebound. The Pistons are looking to try to make a run here. Try to get back into this game. They're down by 16 with 3 minutes to play in the third. Harris coming around, feeds it over to Duren. Duren with the slam dunk. That's a quick 6-0 run by the Pistons, and they're within 14. More slew of players kind of come into the game. Duncan Robinson, as you can see, limping out onto the court. Clarkson will miss that one. Duren will get the rebound. Sasser has it right now as he passes it over to Harris now. Harris with the shot up. That's good. That's 22 for him. 8-0 run. It's now 69-57. It's going to be playing on right now. Towns with it. He thought about the shot for a second, but he'll pass it to Clarkson, and that's going to be a 3-second violation against the Knicks. They're going to turn it over here. Let's look at the lineup set now. So we see we got Sasser, Robinson, Holland. Robinson, I know, is into the game. Let's see, for the Knicks. Niang. Excuse me, and Yabusele will check into the game. Harris still stays in the game for the Pistons at 22 points. Make that 24. It's a 10-0 run, and the lead is down to 10. Clarkson. Play on. Okay. Clarkson coming around, and that is no good. Stewart grabbing the rebound. Sasser has it. Over to Holland. Holland back to Harris. Harris with the bucket. That's 26 for him, and that's a 12-0 run, and the Pistons within 8. Brunson over to Yabusele, over to Niang. Bridges for three. No good. Stewart with the rebound, and Sasser will have it. Look at the drought right now. 3:25 and counting for the Knicks. We got about a minute to play in the third. Over to Harris. Harris still having himself a game. Tobias Harris, no good. Bridges with the rebound. Mikal Bridges. And there we got about 40 seconds to play. Clarkson for three, and that will end that 12-0 run, I should say. 72-61, the lead up to 11 once again. Harris coming around. And that's good. I believe that's 28 for him, maybe 30. I'm losing it a little bit of it right now. Kind of hard when you're trying to keep up with the action. Cunningham waiting to check back into the game. Brunson coming around. Back over to George Niang. Brunson, 3 on the shot clock. They have to get it. Clarkson for 3. Good again. Lead up to 12. Sasser feeds it over to Harris. Harris with the slam dunk. Oh, man. And there's Brunson for 3. That's an air ball, and that will do it for the third quarter. The Knicks were up by as many as 20. Pistons were able to get it to within 8. It's a 10-point lead for the Knicks, 75-65. If you like what you're watching, hit the like button, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and we'll be back to start the fourth. Get ready to start the fourth quarter here. We have State Farm assist of the game, and that will go to Jalen Brunson. That was right before the end of the third quarter, by the way, on that Jordan Clarkson 3. State Farm, a proud sponsor of NBA2K26. That was Stewart, Cunningham. Stewart will get the bucket, and the Pistons within 8 again. So it is Stewart, Cunningham. So we got Brogdon, Clarkson, Towns, Anunoby, and Yabusele. That's the lineup set for the Knicks. We have Stewart, Robinson. So it's Stewart, Robinson, Cunningham, and I know that we have Holland out there. And I'm trying to figure out Green. All right. Or no, Sasser. Never mind. So that is the so that's the lineup set to start the fourth quarter for the Pistons, and there's a slam dunk by Cunningham, and the lead is within 6. A 20-6 run, actually, if you think about it, by the Pistons. An extended 20-6 run. Clarkson for 3. No good. Towns will get the offensive rebound. He'll pass it up over to Brogdon. Brogdon for 3. That's no good. Holland coming down with a rebound. Chance for the Pistons to get closer. Cunningham coming around. That's in there. Pistons within 4 as we're 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Malcolm Brogdon over to Yabusele. Back over to Brogdon. Got 10:45 to play in the fourth. Clarkson, jump shot, no good. Stewart grabbing a rebound. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham feeds it over to Sasser, back over to Robinson. 10:30 to play here in the fourth. We got 10 on the shot clock. Robinson for 3. That's in there! Pistons within 1. 9-0 run to start this fourth quarter here. We have a timeout called. Knicks, 10:19 to play in the fourth. The Knicks leading it by 1. We are back as we look at it. Cunningham with 21 points for the Pistons. And let me tell you guys right now, it is a 25-6 run if you date it back to when it was 69-49 Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns will take the inbound by Yabusele. Feeds it over to Malcolm Brogdon. 13 on the shot clock. Back over to Yabusele. He'll take the 2. That is no good. Chance for Pistons to take their first lead since the first quarter. Cunningham coming around for the free throw line. That's going to fall in. That's 23 for Cunningham, and the Pistons are on top for the first time in the second half and for the first time since the first quarter. 76-75. 27-6 run. Clarkson holding on to it right now. He's coming around. 5 on the shot clock. Clarkson will put the shot up. That's good, and the Knicks retake the lead. 17 points for Jordan Clarkson. Cade Cunningham. And there is an illegal screen call against Ron Holland. That's his first personal foul, first team foul. As let's look at it here. Jalen Duren checking back into the game. Sasser going to go to the bench. And that is all the substitution changes so far. Jordan Clarkson just put the Knicks back on top for the first time. And now Karl Anthony Towns with the layup. And the lead is up to 3 again. Robinson. Feed it over to Duren. Back over to Cade Cunningham. Cunningham, I believe that's 23 points in this game. Just shoot over to Robinson, over to Duren. 5 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Cunningham. Cunningham for 3. In and out. Yabusele grabbing the rebound. Anunoby over to Brogdon. Clarkson. Get it over to Towns. Towns. No good. Jalen Duren grabbing a rebound here. 8.5 to play here in the fourth. 79-76. Knicks on top in this winner-go-home Game 7. So the Pistons had a chance twice to close the Knicks out. Failed to do so. Now they're in a little bit of a dogfight in Game 7, I should say. As you see, Cunningham. That's 25 for him in this game, and the Pistons within 1 again. Clarkson. He's coming around with the slam dunk. That's 19, I believe, for him in this game. 81-78. Duncan Robinson feeding over to Stewart. Back over to Cunningham. Cunningham to Stewart. Stewart with the slam dunk. The Pistons are not going away yet. 15-6 run since the start of the quarter. Right over there to Clarkson. Clarkson will feed it over to Towns. Towns will dish it over to Anunoby. Back to Yabusele. Over to Brogdon. 3 on the shot clock. Needs to get the shot up. He does. That's off the front rim, and Duren will get the rebound. Holland barely stays in bounds. Ron Holland feeds it over to Stewart. Back over to Robinson. 7 minutes to play. Holland for 3, and that's getting it out. That could have given the Pistons a 2-point lead. But instead, Clarkson has it. He'll lose it as Duncan Robinson will come with the steal. Robinson. That's a jump shot. That's no good. Tipped, and Clarkson will come down with the rebound. Over to OG Anunoby. Anunoby fish it over to Brogdon, and Brogdon's going to go to the line, shooting 2. Cade Cunningham called for that foul. That's his second personal. First team foul called against the Knicks. Two shots for Malcolm Brogdon. Look at the scoring breakdown, man. 30 mid-range points for the Knicks. 8 3-pointers made. And Brogdon will miss the first one here. We got a slew of substitutions coming in for the Pistons. Let's look at the lineup set. Cunningham, Duren, it was all with Ivy, Thompson, and Harris. And for the Knicks, let's see here. We got Brunson, Brogdon, Bridges, Hart, and Hukporti checking in for the first time in this Game 7. Tobias Harris, as you see the second one made. Tobias Harris has also had himself a game. Definitely filled in the void for Cunningham. Get it over to Cunningham. Back over to Harris. Harris for 3. No, wait a minute. The Pistons are back on top by 1. Ooh, I messed that up for a second. 83-82, Pistons on top. We're about to approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter here in this Game 7. Bridges for 3. No good. Duren grabbing the rebound. Harris coming around. Dish it over to Ivy. Ivy for 3. Good! It's a 4-point lead for the Pistons. 5:43 to play in the fourth. 86-82 in this winner-go-home Game 7. The Knicks were up by as many as 20. No good. Cunningham will get the rebound. Cunningham feeds it over to Ivy. Ivy back over to Duren. Duren finding it over to Cunningham. Cunningham will have the jump shot from the free throw line. No good. Jalen Duren will get the offensive rebound. Back over to Harris. Harris will drain it. It's a 7-point lead for the Pistons with 5 minutes to play. It's their largest lead of the game. 89-82 Pistons. Oh, man. I hope anybody who's watching this kept this game on. Brogdon. That's no good. Gives it over to Harris. Thompson will now have it. Feeds it over to Duren. Duren back over to Ivy. Ivy with the layup. Count it! And one opportunity for the Pistons. Anunoby and Towns checking back into the game. Bridges will move the shooting guard. Jaden Ivey with an and one opportunity, a chance to give the Pistons a double-digit lead. That is no good. But Anunoby will grab the rebound here. 4.5 to play here in the game. Bridges over to Hart. Back over to Bridges. He'll make the jump shot. That's good. That will put an end to the bleeding there. Cade Cunningham. Feeds it over to Thompson. Thompson back to Jaden Ivey. Ivey back over to Cunningham. Cunningham for three. That's in! The Pistons on top by 10. They were down by as many as 20 with about halfway through the third quarter. What a 30-point turnaround swing right here. Brunson for three. That is no good. Thompson grabbing the rebound. Asar Thompson feed it over to Ivey. Ivey for three. No good. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. We got 3.5 to play here in the fourth. Over to Bridges. Bridges back over to Towns. Towns for three. That's in there. The Knicks within 7. Cunningham crossing the half-court line. Feeds it over to Thompson. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it over to Harris here. 10 on the shot clock, 3 to play here in the fourth. Harris. 4 on the shot clock. Back over to Thompson to Cunningham. Over to Ivey. Ivey will shoot the three. That is no good. Josh Hart grabbing the rebound. Brunson feeds it over to Bridges. Bridges coming around the layup. That's good. 5 quick points for the Knicks, and the Knicks within 5 again. Cunningham will cross the half-court line. 2.5 to play here in the fourth. And their alley-oop. Cunningham with the slam dunk. Seven-point lead again for the Pistons. Got 20 on the shot clock to Brunson. Brunson feeding it over to Hart. Got 2:10 to play here. Hart for three. No good. Cunningham with the rebound. He's going to cross the half-court line. As we are 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter to Jalen Durham. Back over to Cunningham, over to Harris. Harris for three. No good. Karl Anthony Towns grabbing the rebound. OG Anunoby back over to Hart. Hart back to Brunson. Brunson feeding over to Towns. Towns. That's in. Knicks within 5. 72 seconds to play in this game, or 82 seconds to play in this game. That's stolen by Towns. Over to Bridges. Bridges back to Hart. Hart feeds it over to Anunoby. Anunoby for three. No good. Tobias Harris with the rebound. Got Jaden Ivey. Feeds it over to Cunningham here. 15 on the shot clock. Cunningham. Jump shot. No good. Bridges with the rebound. 75 seconds to play here in the fourth. Brunson with it. He's going to come around with a bucket. That's no good. Durham will get the rebound. Huge rebound by the Pistons. Thompson coming around. And he's going to go to the line. Shooting two. Karl Anthony Towns with his first personal foul. Second team foul. 61 seconds to play. Can the Pistons hold on after coming back from 20 points down? They led by as many as 10 earlier in this fourth quarter. They currently lead it by 5. And Asar Thompson will hit the first one. Looked like for a while the Pistons were going to complete the choke job, but it looks like the Knicks could actually choke this second half lead away. No, Towns will get the rebound. Over to Bridges. Bridges back to Anunoby. Anunoby with the slam dunk. Look at that. 42 of 88. The Knicks 40 of 83. Shooting under a minute to play. 97-93. No need to foul yet if you're the Knicks. Cunningham coming around. Being guarded by Brunson. Being double teamed actually. Feeds it over to Harris now. 8 on the shot clock. Back over to Cunningham. Open three. No good. Towns will get the rebound. Mikal Bridges. Under 30 seconds to play. Over to Towns. Towns with a slam dunk. It's only a 2-point lead. I may have spoken too soon here. Cunningham, and that's going to be foul against Bridges. They almost got the steal there. That's Bridges' third personal foul, third team foul. As Cade Cunningham's going to go to the line, shooting two with 25.5 to play here Cunningham will hit the first one. Cunningham will sink the second one. It's a 4-point lead. We have a timeout called by the Knicks. 25.5 left to play in the fourth. 99-95 Pistons on top. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of timeout here. 4-point lead for the Pistons. Oh, man. Can the Pistons hold on and win this game after being down by as many as 20? It looked like at the halfway point of the third quarter, the Knicks were going to try to run away with this game and complete the comeback in this series. Still possible, though. Anunoby beat it over to Brunson. They got to get a shot up quickly. Doesn't have to be a two. Brunson will get the two-pointer up, and it's 99-97. He makes that in there. Cunningham will get fouled. Brunson, that's his third personal foul. 14th foul. Cunningham going to the line once again. Two huge free throws coming up once again for Cade Cunningham. $17.5 to play here in the fourth. Shot clock is turned off. Cunningham will make the first one. 100-97. We have not had an overtime game yet in this postseason. We only had a handful of those in my regular season for the season playthrough. And Cunningham, he'll put the Knicks Pistons on top by 4 again. Timeout Knicks. We're going to take another one with 17.5 to play in the fourth. We are coming out of this timeout here. 17.5 to play here in the fourth. The Knicks have no more timeouts left. It's 101-97. So they have to get a quick three and then foul again. Or a quick shot and foul again. I think they're in a position where they don't have to take the three, but they do have to get a shot up quickly. Bridges will shoot the three. No good. Durham will get the rebound, and they will foul. Cat will get his second personal foul, 15th foul. And I'm sure that Jalen Duren will get a chance to put this game away for the Pistons here. 2-possession game. Just one free throw will make it a 3-possession game, and probably will likely steal this game. Duren will hit the first one. And let me tell you, fans of Milwaukee, get ready. You're going to be hosting games 1 and 2 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series. He'll sink them both just for good measure. Brunson holding on to it. Over to Anunoby for 3. No good. That does it. Durham will get the rebound, and I don't know what the problem is there. You got to be kidding me, Cat. Then again, this is 2K logic, so. As they are shooting 2. Tobias Harris. So let me tell you something. Cunningham had a good game, but so did Harris. I think Harris was a big part of leading the charge. Down by 20 when Cunningham was on the bench. Sinks them both anyway. Brunson, for the last time this season, will miss the shot, and that will do it. The Pistons come back from 20 points down halfway through the third quarter. Looked like they were left for dead. Looked like they were going to choke away the 3-1 series lead. But no, they showed their heart. They showed what they're made out of. They come back, defeat the Knicks 105-97. They will advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Milwaukee Bucks. As the stunned Madison Square Garden crowd thinking, what just happened? We were up by 20. Tobias Harris gets player of the game. We'll be back with the post-game player statistics coming up right after this. It is time to look at the post-game player statistics brought to you by 2K Sports. And for the final time, we're going to look at the New York Knicks, led by Jalen Brunson with 22 points and 7 assists. Mikal Bridges, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, close to a triple-double for him. Jordan Clarkson with 19 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, with 2 turnovers. And Karl Anthony Towns with 17 points, 19 rebounds, and a steal. OG Anunoby with 9.7 rebounds, 1 assist. So Anunoby, 3 games back, he averaged 6 points in those 3 games exactly. Josh Hart, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Gershon Yabusele, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Followed by Malcolm Brogdon with 1 point, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Miles McBride, no stats at 3 minutes of play. Neither did George Niang or Ariel Hukporti. Tyler Kolek, Landry Shamet, and Pacome Dadier did not play for the New York Knicks. And for the Detroit Pistons, who pull off the upset in this series, in the 7-game series, best of 7 series. Yeah, led by Tobias Harris with 38 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Cade Cunningham with 34 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Jalen Duren with 16 points, 19 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Jaden Ivey with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Isaiah Stewart with 4.7 rebounds, and then you got Duncan Robinson with 3 points, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Ron Holland with 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Marcus Sasser with 2 points and 3 assists. Amen Thompson with 1.4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Paul Reed only had 1 rebound in 2 minutes of play. Bobby Klintman had no stats in 1 minute of play. Javonte Green and Chaz Lanier did not play for the Detroit Pistons. And that will do it for your post-game player statistics. And we are back in the Western Conference. This is it for the first round in my 2025-2026 season playthrough project. It is Game 7 featuring the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Clippers in the 1-8 matchup in the Western Conference. The difference is that all the teams have won at home so far. So the home team has won all 6 games, with the Clippers winning the first 2 games at Intuit Dome, with the Spurs taking games 3 and 4, followed by the Clippers winning it yet again in Inglewood, with San Antonio winning game 6 previously, led by 32 points by De'Aaron Fox in that one. Could the Spurs end the trend and become the first road team to win to pull off the upset, become the second 8 seed to pull off an upset in this playoffs, or will the trend continue and the Clippers survive and they take on the Los Angeles Lakers? We'll find out. Game 7, Spurs Clippers. Be there or be squared. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, and if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. In the description down below will be the link to my Cash App if you're able to support me financially. And also underneath that link will also be where you can find me on X and Instagram. And with that, I want to remind everybody the final score of the game. The Detroit Pistons pull off the 1 versus 8 upset. They defeat the New York Knicks, coming back from 20 points down in the third quarter. They defeat the Knicks 105-97. They win this Eastern Conference Quarterfinals series in 7 games. They will take on the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.